Nicole Murphy is the ex-wife to Eddie Murphy, and while she was still married to Eddie Murphy, she was messing around with her friend's husband. This is LisaRaye, and this is the husband. If you take a glance at Nicole Murphy, look at her. She is gorgeous still to this day. You would think she has no reason to be sleeping around or messing with anybody else's man. Like, I know we all hate it when our elders try to tell us, oh, that's not your friend, you need to watch out for that girl. We think that we know our friends.
When your own mother warns you about someone at your bachelorette party, maybe you should listen. LisaRaye McCoy learned that lesson the hard way when her so-called best friend Nicole Murphy decided that girl code was just a suggestion. We're talking about a friendship that looked picture perfect on the outside, but behind closed doors, Nicole was allegedly doing the unthinkable with LisaRaye's husband. And honey, this isn't just old Hollywood gossip that died down. This mess has legs, and it's been running for nearly 2 decades, because LisaRaye refuses to let the world forget what Nicole really is.
Because here's the thing, when I was talking about it, it's almost like, why am I talking about this? I've been divorced for 10 years now, you know what I mean? And they twist your words so much, but it's like, girl, you know better. You when you sit there and lie in front of the world, you calling me a liar. You reneging, and do you really want me to pull out those receipts? I'm not that kind of woman to want to do that, but if you make me, I can and I will.
What makes this whole situation even messier is how Nicole got caught. Most people slip up with a text message or get spotted at dinner. Not Nicole. She got exposed through a private jet manifest, which is probably the most bougie way to catch someone creeping. LisaRaye and Nicole Murphy used to be the definition of friendship goals. They were everywhere together, from red carpet events to private family gatherings. If you saw one, you were bound to see the other right behind her. Nicole was there for all the important moments in LisaRaye's life, including her wedding to Michael Misick, the former premier of Turks and Caicos. That's right, LisaRaye wasn't just married to any regular man. She was the first lady of an entire island nation, living that luxury lifestyle most people only dream about. Private planes, multiple homes, and access to everything money could buy. Nicole attended LisaRaye's bachelorette party like the supportive friend she pretended to be. But here's where things get interesting. LisaRaye's mother pulled her aside during that same party and told her straight up to watch Nicole. Her exact words were something like, "You need to keep your eye on that one."
You allege too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
Now, most of us have had our parents try to warn us about friends they didn't trust, and we usually brush it off because we think we know better. LisaRaye did exactly that. She figured her mom was just being overprotective, reading into things that weren't there. After all, Nicole was Eddie Murphy's wife at the time, and the two women had built what seemed like a genuine sisterhood. Why would Nicole, who had everything, need to mess with her friend's man? Turns out her mother's instincts were about to be proven right in the worst way possible. The betrayal started coming to light in the most unexpected way. LisaRaye and her husband owned a private plane together, and like any expensive asset, there was a manifest that tracked every passenger who stepped foot on that aircraft. One day, LisaRaye decided to check the logs, probably just doing routine business, when she noticed something that made her blood run cold. Nicole Murphy's name was right there on the passenger list for a trip to Turks and Caicos. The problem? LisaRaye never invited her, and they definitely didn't take any girls' trips together during that time. If you're friends with someone who literally owns an island, wouldn't you call them and say, "Hey girl, I'm coming to visit"? That's just basic courtesy. But Nicole didn't call, she just accepted an invitation from LisaRaye's husband like it was the most natural thing in the world. LisaRaye confronted Nicole directly, calling her up to ask why her name appeared on the manifest. Nicole's response? Complete denial. She claimed she had never been to Turks and Caicos, never been on that plane, and had no idea what LisaRaye was talking about. Then she did what guilty people love to do. She stopped answering LisaRaye's calls altogether. Just ghosted her completely like they hadn't been friends for years. That's when LisaRaye knew something was seriously wrong. An innocent person doesn't run and hide. An innocent person doesn't dodge phone calls and refuse to have a conversation. Nicole's silence spoke louder than any confession ever could. But LisaRaye wasn't the type to just let this slide. What she did next would blow up Nicole's entire life. LisaRaye dug deeper and found video footage that would change everything. The tape showed Nicole dropping Michael Misick off at the private airport, and it was clear from their body language that this wasn't some casual acquaintance situation. They looked comfortable together, too comfortable. LisaRaye had her smoking gun, but she needed to figure out her next move. At the time, Nicole was engaged to NFL legend Michael Strahan, and LisaRaye decided he deserved to know the truth about the woman he was planning to marry. She reached out to Strahan and sent him the evidence she'd collected, the tape, the manifest, everything. LisaRaye wanted him to see exactly who Nicole was before he made the biggest mistake of his life. That decision destroyed Nicole's relationship with Strahan. After seeing the proof, their engagement eventually crumbled, and they went their separate ways in 2014 after being together since 2007. Some people might say LisaRaye was being petty, but from where she was standing, she was doing Strahan a favor. If Nicole could betray her best friend, what would stop her from doing the same thing to him? LisaRaye has been open about how she felt during that time. She's from the south side of Chicago, and where she comes from, what Nicole did was grounds for a serious confrontation. LisaRaye has admitted multiple times that she wanted to physically fight Nicole, that the betrayal hurt so deeply she could barely see straight. But she had bigger things to deal with. Her marriage was falling apart, her life was in chaos, and she couldn't waste energy on someone who clearly had no respect for friendship or boundaries. Years went by, but Nicole's pattern was far from over. In fact, it was about to get even more public. Then in 2019, Nicole found herself in another scandal that would cement her reputation as someone who doesn't respect marriage vows. She was photographed in Italy kissing director Antoine Fuqua, who just happened to be married to actress Layla Rashawn. The photos were everywhere, showing Nicole and Antoine getting very cozy by a hotel pool, kissing multiple times like they didn't have a care in the world. When the pictures went viral, Nicole tried to play it off as nothing. Her first statement claimed they were just family friends who ran into each other and exchanged a friendly hello. The audacity. Anyone with working eyes could see those photos showed way more than a friendly greeting. The internet wasn't buying it, and neither was anyone who knew Nicole's history. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Layla Rashawn, Antoine's wife of over 20 years, deleted all her social media accounts after being bombarded with comments and questions. People felt terrible for her because she'd been publicly humiliated while Nicole tried to act like nothing inappropriate happened. Eventually, Nicole had to backtrack on her story. She issued an apology saying she made a mistake and that it wasn't her intention to disrespect Layla or her family. But the damage was done, and her pattern was becoming impossible to ignore. This wasn't just a one-time lapse in judgment. This was a repeat offense, and people started connecting the dots between what happened with LisaRaye and what was happening with Layla. And that's when Vivica Fox decided she'd had enough of watching Nicole play victim. LisaRaye wasted no time speaking out about the Antoine Fuqua situation. She made comments on social media and in interviews basically saying, "I told you so." For years, people had questioned whether LisaRaye was telling the truth about Nicole, and now here was photographic evidence that Nicole had no problem getting involved with married men. When Claudia Jordan tried to defend Nicole on the talk show Cocktails with Queens, both LisaRaye and Vivica Fox shut that down immediately. Vivica made it clear that she'd known Nicole for a long time, and that seeing her with Antoine made her cringe. She said it was one of the only times she ever wanted to physically confront Nicole because the disrespect was just too much. Vivica didn't hold back during that episode. She talked about how there are plenty of single men in the world, so there's no excuse for going after someone's husband, especially when you know everyone involved. The conversation got so heated that Claudia Jordan offered to bring Nicole on the show so she could defend herself directly. That's when LisaRaye suggested they wait until after COVID restrictions ended, so they could all have the conversation face to face. Both Claudia and Vivica quickly said that was probably not a good idea, likely because they knew LisaRaye wasn't playing games. She'd already made it clear in multiple interviews that if she and Nicole were ever in the same room again, things might get physical. But just when you thought Nicole's mess couldn't get any stranger, 2024 brought a whole new level of shock. Fast forward to December 2024, and Nicole was spotted getting extremely close with Marcus Jordan, the son of basketball legend Michael Jordan. They were photographed together at an event in Miami, dancing, hugging, and looking very much like a couple. They reportedly partied at a nightclub until 6 in the morning, unable to keep their hands off each other. Now, on the surface, this might seem like just another dating rumor, but here's where it gets wild. Nicole had previously dated Marcus's father, Michael Jordan, shortly after her divorce from Eddie Murphy. So she went from dating the father to potentially dating the son, which is a level of messy that even surprised people who thought they'd seen everything from Nicole. The internet had a field day with this information. LisaRaye, of course, had something to say about it. She started throwing shade on social media, reminding everyone who Nicole really is behind the glamorous Instagram posts and fitness videos. LisaRaye has never been shy about calling Nicole out by name, and she's made it clear that she'll never forgive what happened. In recent interviews, she's talked about how Nicole went on Wendy Williams' show years ago and tried to deny everything, basically calling LisaRaye a liar in front of millions of viewers. That's what pushed LisaRaye to start speaking out publicly, because she wasn't going to let Nicole rewrite history and play the victim. LisaRaye even said that her ex-husband Michael Misick eventually admitted to the affair with Nicole. She's called him multiple times over the years to confirm what happened, and according to her, he's admitted they were involved. That confirmation gave LisaRaye even more ammunition to keep telling her side of the story. She's not letting this go until everyone knows the truth, and honestly, can you blame her? Being betrayed by a close friend is painful enough, but having that friend try to publicly deny it and make you look crazy is a whole other level of disrespect. And there's one more piece to this puzzle that explains why Nicole might have been so desperate. What makes Nicole's situation even more complicated is what happened with her finances after divorcing Eddie Murphy. She walked away from that marriage with a reported $15 million settlement, which should have set her up for life, but she ended up losing a huge chunk of that money to a scam. Reports say she was conned out of $7 to $10 million by someone she trusted to invest her funds. That financial loss apparently left her struggling, and some people speculate that's why she kept ending up in relationships with wealthy, often married men. The theory is that she was trying to secure her financial future after losing so much of her divorce settlement. The relationship with Michael Strahan could have been her salvation. He was successful, wealthy, and genuinely seemed to care about her. But when LisaRaye sent him that tape showing Nicole with her husband, everything fell apart. Some reports suggest that losing Strahan's support hurt Nicole financially as well as emotionally. She needed someone to help stabilize her life, and instead, her past caught up with her in the worst way possible. Vivica Fox has been one of LisaRaye's biggest supporters through all of this. She's made it clear that she stands by her friend and that she's not afraid to call out Nicole when needed. Vivica said that she's tired of seeing Nicole get away with behavior that hurts other women, especially women in their circle. Hollywood is already competitive enough without having to worry about your friends going after your husband. Vivica has also pointed out that Nicole's pattern of behavior makes it hard for anyone to trust her, which is why she's allegedly been making more enemies than friends lately. The internet has completely turned on Nicole. Social media comments are brutal, with people saying they wouldn't trust her with anything, not even a TV remote. Others have said they'll be pulling up a chair to listen every time LisaRaye talks about Nicole, even if it's 15 years from now. The general consensus is that Nicole brought all of this on herself, and that she deserves whatever consequences come her way. People have pointed out that she had everything: beauty, money, connections, but she chose to go after men who were already taken instead of finding someone available. That choice has cost her friendships, her reputation, and apparently her peace of mind. LisaRaye has made it clear she's never taking her foot off Nicole's neck. She's going to keep telling this story until she's old and gray because she believes people need to know who Nicole Murphy really is. The crazy part is that LisaRaye's consistency has worked. Nicole's reputation is permanently damaged, and every time she's spotted with a new man, people immediately start asking questions and bringing up her past. She can't escape it, and maybe that's exactly the kind of karma LisaRaye was hoping for. This isn't just about revenge anymore. It's about accountability and making sure Nicole never gets to play the victim or rewrite what really happened. The lesson here is simple but powerful. Girl code exists for a reason, and when you violate it, there are consequences. Nicole Murphy learned that the hard way, and she's still paying the price years later. LisaRaye refused to be silenced, refused to let Nicole get away with betraying their friendship, and refused to protect someone who didn't deserve protection. She chose herself, her truth, and her dignity over keeping up appearances. And Vivica Fox showed that real friends have your back even when it's uncomfortable, even when it would be easier to stay quiet. Together, they've created a cautionary tale about what happens when you burn bridges and betray the people closest to you. Nicole's story is a reminder that you can't keep hurting people and expect to walk away unscathed. Eventually, your past catches up with you, and no amount of beauty, wealth, or connections can save you from the reputation you've built for yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the celebrity gossip. Thanks for watching.